Hey, hey everyone! It's Teddy Bear and Benji and Rita here for Cricut date night, and I'm hoping to get a few friends on to talk about and put together some really cool cards called shaker cards. So I want to show you a couple of the cards. Hi, Terry, that I have been working on. And these are, I actually have 5 different cards. This little snowflake one, and then this Hanukkah, suitable for Hanukkah one. And then this one, which is a real snow globe. Good evening. Hi, Dawn. How are you? So people have been asking about shaker cards, and I figured, well, I am going to deliver on these. And basically, I started from scratch with several of these and sort of just reimagined a card. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Hi, Annette. And sort of just spent, hi, Shirley and Bren and Diana. Nice to see you all. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I'm excited about these cards too. So they're really kind of neat. And you know, I love interactive cards. So, so this was a great challenge. And, you didn't, Alexis? Man, I don't know what's going on. So this was a nice challenge to try, and there are other kinds of cards that we can make that are interactive, that don't exist on Cricut Design Space that I know of. So I'm going to be thinking of that for future date night. So tonight we're doing shaker cards, which again are these really adorable cards that have, this one has snow in it. And you can put it, I didn't worry about the inscriptions because I was so focused on the front of the card. But here is a snowflake one. And you can do all kinds of different things inside. I found a couple. This one here is what I started off with, actually. Oops, somebody's alarm's going off on my street, right? So I started off with this, and then I sort of went a little bit wild and did all these other ones. So let me show you. Let's jump in here. We do have some prizes later on. So that's great. And then, oh, I don't know. We'll just have fun. So if you're new, please say hello and tell us where you're from. This is a very welcoming group. Everybody will reach out to you and say hello, and you can join our special little group that just loves to do crafting. And I should say that these cards could be done on the Joy. Actually, several of them can. This one here, it would have to be made. Hi, Lori from Tennessee. Hi, Tanya. This one here I made is a 5x7, but these are A2, and this is a square card, so these both could definitely be done on the Joy. So let us get started. Okay, so shaker cards, there are quite a few ideas, and these are just jumping off points for you all, because once you sort of get, and you'll figure this out later on, but once you sort of get into the thought process of shaker cards, you start thinking of all the different ways that you could do them, which is what I went through. Hi, Diana, which was what I went through when I was thinking about these cards. I wanted to make some that were sort of Christmassy, but then I started thinking I could make a Thanksgiving one, and I think it was one of the people that follow me on a regular basis, and her name is escaping me, said something about doing a turkey one, which I think would be a lot of fun. And maybe I'll go ahead and work on something like that. So if you come to Cricut Design Space and you go into the projects area, if you typed in Shaker, Shaker, you will come up with a couple of examples of shaker cards, including there's a teacher one, there's this little heart-shaped one, this one here, which I actually use as a kind of a jumping off point for those merry and bright ones. And then this one which is what I started with, which is a Hanukkah card. This is not really a shaker card. And then this one here is a shaker card with gumballs, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I wanted to stay in the theme of sort of holiday and winter and all of that. So let me just show you this Hanukkah card. It's really essentially, it's a square card. It's a pretty small card. And let me find my copy. It is... Where's my copy? Here it is. I started off, this was my first one that I did when I was tackling this, and it's pretty plain. So I did make some changes, and I used they had glitter around here, but I started making some changes. So I'm going to show you. So if you were to go into Design Space and hit customize on this one, it will bring up this card, and it looks pretty basic. And so just to kind of take it apart, there are these elements here. And this here is what makes the shaker card. It's a clear, it's either acetate, or I'm going to show you how to use something you already have. But you can use acetate if you want, but it basically makes a window in the card, and then you fill the glittery stuff up and you seal it in. So it's really not that difficult to do. But when I was trying to dissect this card, because of course there aren't that many instructions here, I didn't even actually read the instructions because I thought this isn't exactly what I want. What I wanted was, first I wanted to make the Star of David glitter. So I wanted to go up and change that to the same blue as this. So I did that. Then for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why they had these two things here. And then I started thinking, well, maybe that's for the glitter to stay in. And they gave you a bunch of glitter. But for me, they only put this one ring as in for the sandwich that this goes over. And that's not enough. So I duplicated that a couple of times so that I can... Whoa, duplicate. Okay. Because the idea here is to leave a little bit of room, enough room so your glitter or whatever you're adding it's creating like a little shelf that you're going to put stuff in. All right. So if you're going to choose from the projects, I think I would make a few adjustments, which is what I did. So I used this idea to come up with a snow one. And I'm going to show that to you. I actually didn't make one to show you to put together because it's very much the same, except I just changed out some of the papers. But it goes together the same way. So then from there, I went back to the shaker cards, and I saw this one. Here, let me show you. So I saw this one, and although I didn't really like this decoration, I thought this would be really kind of cool. So I am going to show you this one. Now, of course, we don't like envelopes, so I got rid of the envelopes. And I couldn't, I want to get rid of this because I don't actually like it. So I couldn't for the life of me decide why they would put this card. I think it was a mistake that they put this card with this great big hole in it. And because this is going to be the part that goes, I think is going to be the part that is the acetate, or that clear plastic. And then these four things would create that ridge, and this would be the front. So what I did here is I just ungrouped these. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's not allowing me to ungroup, and I don't know why. That's a little weird. Has anybody else been having problems with Design Space? I hate to ask that, but so anyway, I ungrouped it, and I took out that square, and then I made sure to put the score line back. Okay, and then what I also did was I wanted something behind here, so that if like all of the glitter got to the bottom, then you'd see something nice. So I did cut out a back to this. So I'm just going to duplicate this square here. And I'm going to change the color so that I know when I'm cutting it out, it is going to be a different color. Okay. But then I wanted to do, at least to do one. I ended up with two different ones. I found this beautiful Season's Greetings, and then I also found this Merry and Bright. So let me show you what I did. I went to Images, and I just typed in Merry. And I was looking around for something to put on the card, and I really love this image, and it's part of Cricut Access, so I pulled that one in. And then I did a Season's Greetings one. So Seasons, let me see if I can find it. Season's Greetings. I don't see it here, but it's here. You know what? I got glitter in my keyboard, so it's very possible that it's not allowing me to pull this up. But it is here, Season's Greetings. Oh, here we go, Season's Greetings. And I liked this particular one because it's like a triple layer. So where is it? There. This is the one. It has like a background layer and then two different colors. So I pulled both of those in. This one here, the Merry and Bright, if you make it bigger, you can see that it has drawing on it. But I thought that I would do this in glitter. So I don't want the drawing. So I have to make sure I go over here and eliminate the drawing for all three of those letters. So now I'll have a bottom layer, which I cut out in white, and then green and red, and you could do in white for the and. So that's what I did there. And then this one, I kept it the same, and I just cut it out so that it was a green background, and then the offset layer is white and then red for this one. So let me show you how these go together, because they're really kind of hands-on. And also, I will give you the files for these. These are, you know, the files that I did do. What email? What email are you looking for, Dawn? Sorry, I'm like chatting with people. Okay, so first things first, let me tell you about the plastic part. If you have a Cricut, you have a mat, and you have these covers. Well, you all know that I have a lot of mats, and so I have actually, I don't keep the covers on the mat, but I do keep the covers because they come in handy. And so for the acetate portion of this project, I used this matte cover. And believe it or not, matte cover has a setting in design space. So when you get to the third screen, we have to choose what this is going to be cut out from. Just look for the word matte. You're going to be doing custom. Wait, let me just go here so you can kind of see this. Let's just... Let me just go here so you can kind of see it. So when you get to the matte, just for that matte, or for that part that's the acetate, you can, if you have acetate, that's fine. You can, you can look for acetate, but you can also look under matte, and here is a cutting matte protector. So that's what you got. That's all those cutting mats that you have. It cuts really, really well. The only caution that I would say is that because the mat comes, the cover comes like for the entire mat, I usually will cut it down just like a piece of it. So in this case, I cut it down, look, in half. And I slimmed it on the sides there. And it cuts out really nicely. And it's thick enough to hold in all of that glitter. Plus, you don't have to go to the store and buy acetate or try to find it online. I know I do have some acetate around, and I have some Cricut acetate, but it's all lined. And I didn't really like that very much. So I thought this was a good... this is a good solution to this kind of a card. So let's put together this shaker card, which can be varied to, if you didn't have somebody to send for a Hanukkah gift, you can make a change and swap out this snowflake, and I put Let It Snow on the inside. So it's pretty easy. Here are the pieces. So here's the actual card, which I could have put a sentiment in if I wanted to. And it does have this fold, so I used my scoring stylus. Yeah, it's a good thing. Transparency sheets would also work. Okay, so then the next piece is, this is the backing, and here is sort of the thing for around the card. And then what I did was I made the Star of David a little thicker. I cut it out with glitter, but I wanted it to be a little thicker, so I cut out a white one as well, and I'm going to glue those two together. And then here's my matte cover that cut out, and then I've got my rings. So this is the external ring, and here are 3 rings for each one of these cards. Remember, I said I wanted to make it a little thicker, and that I'll explain that. So the base of the card, you just take, for this particular one, you're just going to take this square and glue it to the card. You could, if you had some Hanukkah, or even if you did it with the snowflake, if you had a snowflake themed paper, you could use that for this, and it will be appearing behind the Star of David. All right, and so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the Star of David together, kind of give it a little bit of thickness. And I'm using just glue. I use this glue. If you're new, this glue is called Art Glitter Glue, and you can buy it in most places, but not at Michael's. And so if you want to get it, I provide a link where I'm an affiliate to the glue place, or you can buy it on Amazon or even Etsy. Hi, Becky. So here is my Star of David, and then here is the front cover it's the back of the front, right? So this is going to go here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my matte protector, the acetate or whatever you want to call it, that plastic, and I am going to adhere it to this, right, like this. This is the back. And do make sure you get it on there really good. And in this case, I generally don't use a lot of glue, but in this case, we want the glue. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put my my glitter ring on the front. Okay, so put it over and put it on the front here. So we got almost all of the elements ready. The next part is we're going to take these 3 rings and we're going to glue them together. We're trying to create a little bit of a shelf so that the glitter on the inside stays within the card and it has some movement. If you don't create this little shelf, the glitter won't move around and it won't be a shaker card. It will just be a card with a glitter window, I guess, what you call it. Yes, you can absolutely use party foil to create glitter. Basically what I've done is I've used some of the stuff we used earlier in the week to make our little snow globe ornaments, which I got at Dollar Tree. So I did get these. These 3 packets came for $1. I got these 3 packets, and then in a different packet for $1, I got this snow. I also have a variety of glitters that I've collected over time, and I pulled out a couple of them for these cards. So you can do that, or you can do as with this card suggests, is you can cut out these little stars like this, and your machine will cut that small, so don't be worrying too much about it not cutting that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we have our 3 circles, and they're all together, and so they're kind of thick. I wouldn't, a lot of people use what's it called? The foam tape around here to create that lift, but I think it makes the card pretty thick. So I like this method better. It's just enough room in there. So I'm going to take my triple circles here and I'm going to put it on the back of the card there, right? The backing. See that? And I'm going to take my little stars. I'm going to put those in there. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of white, these little white things, like hex glitter. And then maybe a tiny, tiny bit of gold. Like, so if you're going to give this to somebody for Hanukkah, it's sort of like the, what do they call that? The gelt? The candy, the chocolate that's covered in gold. Gelt? I think it's called gelt. Okay, so what we want to do is make sure all of the ingredients inside of that circle are contained within the circle. Okay, so we don't want for anything to kind of get out, and then we're going to create a seal by closing this on here. But you've got a lot of glitter. So then we're going to turn this over and we're going to create, we're going to create that closed element by putting glue all around here, and then we can also put glue on the corners as well. And then we just simply put this over. Make sure you're getting contact with your glue. And again, you could use double-sided tape for this if you wanted to, but I just really love this glue, so I use it for everything. And while I'm waiting for that to adhere, I'm going to also just glue my Star of David right directly onto the front of the card. And today, you know what I did? I brought Q-tips today in case I was going to have some glue seeping out. Okay. So I want to make sure that it's completely in there. And it sort of is. So there we go. There is a shaker card. Very simple, very easy, and it just gets a little more complicated as we go along, but that's the whole idea. You have a piece of acetate or whatever plastic. Hi April. And inside you have little glitter or moving bits, whatever you choose. And then there's just the card. You create like a little shelf and put that in there and cover it up. And so therefore you have your shaker card and nothing is getting, and this is perfect for people that loved things, making stuff with glitter, but you give them to people and they're like, glitter, I don't like glitter. So this is a perfect way to get your glitter on without causing people to feel like, why did she give me this glitter stuff? So there's that first one. And again, you can make it as a variation and do this one for the snow. And I'm going to give you the files for this. I actually have 3 different files. So I will put them up onto the description of this video. So if you're watching this live, come back and get the all 3 of the files. And if you're watching this taped, you can just look in the description, okay? So the next ones, or the next one is going to be this Season's Greetings one. Good, I'm glad. Okay, so this Season's Greetings one, I had this lovely paper that I really liked, and so I wanted to use it in a card. And so here is the base of our card. And again, this is a A2 size card. So you could make this bigger if you wanted to. And if you are going to make this on the Joy, this part here, you can either use an insert card or take an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper and cut it in half, score it, and there is what you have. So it's a very basic card blank. And then here's our color there. And then we have, these are all of our, what did I call them? Like your shelf. So I cut out all of these, and they're not actually exact. There are pieces that are thicker on one side than the other. So you're going to glue these 4 together. And then here comes the glitter part. There's our translucent, and there's our little, what do you call it? Our little sentiment. So let's put the sentiment together first. It's 3 layers. And I did not cut it out in glitter. So here it is. So it's this green, white, and then the red on top. So let's put that together first. Just kind of get it out of the way. So the white goes on here. And this is really thin. So if you want to make a change, you can certainly change it out for something else if it's too thin for you, or if you have a precision tip glue like I do. And actually I didn't bring my, still haven't got my metal tip that goes with this glue. It's still in the kitchen. Okay, so here's the sentiment. So pretty, right? And actually on this one I used pop dots. You see that? So if you don't know what a pop dot is, this is a pop dot. It's I call it pop dots, but they're really called like foam mounting circles or dots, or I don't know, squares. Sometimes they come in squares. So basically a piece of foam with adhesive on either end with a little cover, and you just take them and you remove one cover and stick them on. And then when you're ready to put it onto your card, you just take those covers off. So we're done with that part. Pop dots, that's what I call them. I don't know. This is what I call them. Okay, so let's get to the card. So the card is, the square in whatever paper. This paper is from a Michael's paper pack. No, nothing fancy, but I just liked the holly bits on there. So I'm going to put it on the front of my card. Right. Okay. And then I'm going to take my squares, and when you open up this file and you cut it, just be aware that the bottom is a slightly thicker than the top. So when you're putting them together, you should glue them that way, okay? So we're just going to glue these together to create our little shelf. All right. Just keep gluing. Thank you, Regina. All right. That's the third one. And remember, we're trying to create like kind of depth or a height so that the stuff will stay in there. And here we go. The last one. Right. So there are our 4, and here's the thickness, just so you can see. It's not terribly thick. I mean, I suppose you could also try craft board. That might work. And it just creates a little bit of thickness so we can put our stuff in there. So we're going to just put a little glue and adhere this to the patterned paper or the front of the card. Whoops, going a little crazy with the glue here. Okay, here we go. And you see, it's kind of like a little frame. I just want to make sure you understand. So it's like a little frame, and there's like a little shelf in there, so it helps to keep all your little dots or your bits or whatever in there. And for this one, I thought I'd use this hex glitter, which I have in white, red, and green. I like this combination of hex glitter. And what? A little too much on that. Hold on. Gotta take some of that off. Sorry about that. That's why it should be in a package. I was just about to say, you know, it comes in this package. I did get it at Dollar Tree, but I probably should have put it in a little bit of a jar or something. So be aware that you might make a little bit of a mess like me, and that's okay because messy is part of the creative process. Just want to put a little tiny bit more. And definitely don't overdo it. Don't put too many in there because it will limit the movement, and also, you know, it could cause problems with your glue, like getting your glue to keep everything inside. So here's the front, and I'm going to turn that over and put some glue here. And I am going to be taking our little transparency sheet or from our cutting mat and placing it on there really well. And remember that it's not porous, so it's going to need a second to dry there, and I don't have the luxury of that time right now, but you will. So you might want to get this assembled and then just kind of allow it to dry a little bit so it would stick. Okay, and then here's the way it's going to look. This on top here, and you can put the glue here or on the back of the glitter piece, whatever you want. And I normally don't go crazy with glue, but in this case, I want to put enough on there that it's going to seal well. All right. And I'm going to hold it down. I want to make sure it's going to seal all the way around. Might have a little glue coming out the sides, but that's okay. And if by chance, and this did happen to me yesterday, if by chance you have like a little place where the glue didn't close up. Hi, Gracie Junebug. How are you, honey? I used my True Control knife and just kind of pushed back any of that glitter. And then I just put some glue in there to close it up because I had some things leaking out, okay? So that could happen. You might have to go back and do a little bit of surgery on the card after the fact, and that's okay. Got a little extra glue here. All right, and then here's my my pop dotted sentiment. So I'm just going to take off the backs of those dots and sort of center it in the middle. And that is the card. Isn't it adorable? I mean, like, who wouldn't want to receive that? It's so cute. So cute. So the next one, the Merry and Bright one, is very similar. It's like basically the same design, but I put together a lot of the pieces ahead of time, so you didn't have to sit and go through it with me. So I put together this Merry and Bright sentiment. You see it was cut out on white, and then I cut out the top pieces in the glitter. Here's my glitter top with my transparent plastic there. And then I actually took this piece of cardstock, which I'll show you, also from Michael's. It's a cute little piece of cardstock. And I put that on the front of the card and then put my little squares on there, created the little shelf. But this one I wanted to do a little bit of snow on there, so let's just put the snow in. The snow gets a little, it kind of goes everywhere, so try to rein it in as best as you can. Plus it's a lot bulkier than the glitter is. So we got the snow there, and I'm going to just put this glue on the back. Let me just put a little bit more, because I want to make sure all the snow stays corralled in. So here we go. Put it on there. Make sure you hold it so it sets really good. And again, you might have to go back and do a little exam to see if everything sticks there. And then the Merry and Bright, it's too thin to put the pop dots on there. I could try it, but I could also just glue it. Let's see, where are my pop dots? Okay, they're here. You know what else I could do is I could take these little pieces from where the pop dots were, sort of cut out those, and they might fit better than the circles on the back here. Yeah, this one's gonna fit. Yeah, this is my super frugal crafting. I like to save money. That's how I was brought up. And so I'm not the kind of person that just says, oh, go to the craft store and pick up X, Y, and Z. I always figure I can find what I have in the house and sort of make do, kind of a New England Yankee thing I got going on. All right, so we put that right on the front. Did I take off the sticky part of all of them? And there's our next one with the snow in there. I mean, just really cute, very like country Christmas. And again, you could put your own little Southern, yeah, this is a Southern thing to sort of save. There's a whole thing that, you know, use it up, wear it out, make it do or go without. That's what we always used to say. So there is our other one of the same sort of design. So can you see that there are, like, as you're doing them, you can kind of start thinking, okay, what can I do that would have this opening? And someone suggested, I think it was Nancy, who suggested, how about like a turkey? And I thought, a pumpkin, as long as you had like the open space for the pumpkin. I started to think of different, and yes, these ones here are A2. The next one is a 5x7, and you might recognize this card from when we did cards last week. All right, and this is a snowman from that Merry Everything, and it was just simply a regular card that was put together, and I started thinking, I think I could do this as one of these shaker cards. So I want to show you how I did that here. But let me just take a moment to stop and say hello and see if there's anybody asking questions or making comments that I can respond to. And then we'll also do a giveaway. Yeah, very, very pretty to do. Yeah, time to go to the dollar store. And yeah, you know, the snow is available. I usually buy it at the end of the season when it's half price. But they do often have it at Michael's. But I just happened to pick this up at the Dollar Tree store. And that was perfect. This, I still haven't used half of it. And I made all those snow globe things. And then these cards. And I spilled plenty of them. Nancy was the one who mentioned the turkey. And the card size that I'm showing you, these ones here that I'm showing you, these are A2. So all of these elements could be cut on the Joy or Explorer Maker, whichever one you have. The only thing that couldn't be cut on the Joy is the actual card base. And then you can just make that from using an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. The cardstock I use is just regular old cardstock. The glitter cardstock is from Cricut. And I think they have the best glitter cardstock, 12 by 12. I think you get 10 sheets and it may be on sale. And by the way, if you do purchase it, make sure you use my link and my code so you'll save 10% off and get free shipping. And then it helps to support me as well. So let's see. How about we do a giveaway? This month we're doing a paper. Can you cut acetate on the Joy? It's a really good question, Becky. I'm going to say yeah, but I need to research it. This, by the way, the one that I did was not acetate. Acetate's a little bit thicker. But I'm going to say, yeah, you can cut it. You might have to run it through more than once, but it's really not as thick as, say, some of the iron-on. So I don't think that you'll have a problem with it. Okay. Yeah, well, here, let me tell you a little bit about Cricut. We had a meeting this week, and they said that they're starting to get things in stock now. So if you're looking for something, and it's check again, they should be getting things in stock and from now until November, and then they have a lot of sales planned coming in November as they usually do. So I think they're gearing up, but do know that, you know, the supply chain is still pretty just throughout the whole country, the supply chain is still pretty sort of tender, fragile, and could cause problems as things go on. So I would, if I were you, I would probably make my purchases as early as I could make them. So, okay, so let's do, oh, well, Maria, I can't tell you if there are any mystery boxes coming. But what I can tell you about mystery boxes is they're usually done on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, sort of in the middle of the day. They're trying to time it so that their servers don't go out. And they know that people really, really like them. So they try to make as many as they can up, so they don't sell out too quickly. Also, remember, they have 2 different types of mystery boxes now. They have one that's just for Access members. And those are the ones that have cuties in them. So if you are like dying to get yourself a cutie, the only way that you're going to get them from Cricut at this point is if you are an Access member. And they have promised more cuties going towards the end of the year. So there's that, So, and I think as Christmas rolls on, there'll probably be more mystery boxes. They usually do it once a month, but Christmas. So, all right. So let's see. This month we are giving away paper product, like a paper pack. And let's see, it's going to be, I put in for some glitter cardstock, and then some solids, which I really like the Cricut cardstock, but it doesn't have as many colors as I want. So I picked the ones that I thought were kind of seasonal colors. So that's what we're doing for this month. Next month, I'm thinking about doing the foil transfer kit, or the True Control weeding knife. And I'd be interested in hearing what you guys want to do for next month. Okay, so let's see. Who do we have that hasn't won in a while, or that's brandy new? If you haven't won, let me know, and we'll pick a couple of winners for the paper. All right, what are you guys talking? Foil intimidates you. Foil, it's not that terrible. We're going to do a little more foil with all of the with all the new colors. Okay, so tell me who's not won, never won. Daryl. Yeah, Daryl. Okay, you're a winner of the paper. And let me pick another one. Oh, you guys are talking about the brand new, never win. Oh, I haven't won at all. Shelley, are you speaking of you, Shelley? Shelley hasn't won yet. Teresa Rivard. Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. So we're going to do Teresa Rivard because she's so needs it, right? And all right. So we'll do Teresa, and let me see. We're going to do Daryl, Teresa, and Babs. If I'm pretty sure I have an extra. I think I haven't given away all the 10. So Babs, Teresa, and Daryl, here's what you have to do. You have to send me an email at Miss Rita to the rescue at gmail.com. You have to send me your full name, real name, that the postman can find out, not like your Facebook name, basically your full name and address, include your zip code. And at the end of the month, which is this coming week, I will put in for that to go out. And it could take, if you won at the earlier part of the month, I still have not put those in. So I was waiting until stock came in stock. So if you have one earlier in the month, you haven't received anything yet, that's normal. Okay. And let's see. I think that does it for our giveaways for October, and I'm interested in hearing what you guys want to do for November. I was thinking either foil kit or the True Control weeding kit, which I really like too, and we didn't give too many of those away. And basically I get a certain amount of, and I'm not one to give away machines because they're very expensive, and I usually can only have one winner. So I try to give away like materials or things that I can give more than one person. So that's the thought process there. And if you haven't won, you'll win eventually for sure. Foil sheets. Yeah. You like the foil idea? Okay. Yeah, I know the foil is really popular. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's true. Cricut Access, you do get a little better service. And by the way, they know that things have been tough with the call center. So they're working on that. They have a new call center manager. And so if you've had trouble in the past and you're hesitant to, call them, then personally, I mean, they used to have chat, which I really, really like, but now they've turned that off for a while. Email works pretty good too. And once you kind of can get to them and get in an email like exchange, then you can kind of guarantee that your problem is going to get solved. That's my feeling on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start work on this one, which is a actual snowman snow globe. I love this card when I thought about making it last week. This is from Merry Everything, which we did a bunch last week, if you recall. And you could put a sentiment in here. This is an A7 size card, which means it's 5 by 7. It could be shrunk and definitely could be made on the Joy, because you could shrink it down to a 2 size, which is 4 1/4 and 5. So it would be 5 1/2 here by 4 1/4. But I liked it as an A7. I thought it was kind of fun. So I cut it out as an A7. It's big. So here is the actual card. And then I picked out this paper because I thought it looked kind of cool as the background for this. And then here is how the front goes together. It's this gold foil. If you're looking for gold foil, the best place to go, in my opinion, is Michael's. They sell it usually like 25 sheets a pack. It's not super thick, but it's really good on the Cricut. It cuts really, really well. And it's sort of hard to find foil. Usually can only buy it by the sheet. So there you go. So this actually goes together like this, and it creates a really cute like snow globe effect. Remember, like on the bottom, just creates that really cute thing. And so here is the cutout that I created for this snow globe. And then I have these pieces. And I'm sorry to hear that, Midge. I don't know how to do that. So we've got these 4 inside pieces, and they're going to go together, and they're going to create this snow globe, a really nice ridge there. And then the snowman will get put in the middle here. So let's put the snowman together first. He's pretty easy. And there are other pieces, but I didn't bother with them because I thought I picked some really nice colored paper. So the snowman is just this white piece that has all these cutouts here. and it goes onto this black cutout part, and then it peeks through all of the little buttons and his nose, mouth, and eyes. I thought that a carrot nose would look cute on this, but it wasn't in the file. So I was thinking, oh, I'll go back and cut out something in orange, but never got around to it. And then he has a little scarf and a top hat. Of course, he has a top hat. And this guy also has a band on his top hat that I cut out in gold. See that? Let's get that on there. There's also some trees, again, like you could cut them out, but I honestly, I think it was a little too busy for the trees. So there's my snowman, and let's put together the front of the card, which is just simply this green that we're going to attach to the gold. So you'll see like the gold is sort of like the base of the snow globe. Kind of cute that it pokes out that way. And then you might think it's a little weird to use this black, but the black, it comes seeping through like this and creates the rest of the base. So that's why they use that in the original card. So you could either put this one on, which is what I'm going to do, put one of them on the front simply because of the way that it comes through. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my piece of acetate on first, and then I'm going to kind of sandwich in. Oh, confused here. Okay. Then I'm going to make sure that this has enough glue around and put this one on here. And the reason why I'm doing that is that the base, I want the base to appear like black with the gold, okay? So there's the front, and then here's the back of the card. Now we just have to create that little shelf or that little lift by putting these three together. This is how I did it because it was simple. All right. Whoops. So we got the three together, and we're going to affix it to the front of the card to create that little shelf in there, that little space in there, okay? And let's put some glue. And I'm using a lot of glue tonight just simply because I don't want all of my glittery stuff to go seeping out on the card or outside of the card. You know how some people are with glitter. They get all freaky. Okay, so I'm going to put my snowman in here. And then, you know, I don't even know necessarily if you need it because I chose the paper that had the snow, but I like to gild the lily, so I'm going to put a little bit of snow in there. And then I think I even want to put a little bit of this sort of greenish blue glitter in there too. So you can mix it up if you want to. You can cut out little snowflakes with the party foil, as somebody suggested, or even with regular paper. And it's okay that it's covered his face, okay? Because it's going to move around. So here's our card front, and I'm going to put my glue on. Sorry, I just moved it out of camera. just so I don't get it all glittered up. And then I just place it on there. Make sure you're getting a really good seal. And again, you might have to come back and look and see, you know, did I get everything connected with the glue, and has my glue dried okay? And then there you go. It looks like a real snow globe. I just love it. I think this is really a cute one. And it was easy to create a shaker card from this. So these are the cards. Aren't they fun? These are just 4 ideas. You don't have to do these particular, where's the other ones? You don't have to do these particular ideas, but as I said, these are like jumping off points for you, and I will get you the Cricut Design Space files. There's this other one. So wait, 5 cards that you can make, or you can use to make your own, to come up with your own cards. And I just think it's just a lot of fun. All right. Now, when we're talking about cards, we're doing a card exchange here. So if you want to be part of the card exchange and you forgot to put your name and address in, you can send me an email, missritatotherescue@gmail.com. You can also send me a direct message on Facebook, although I'm not as good with picking those up, and we will add you to the already established list, which we have about 40 people on. So I have a few more to add, so I think we'll end up with 50. And this can change as time goes on, and we can, add or subtract to it. And we're talking about, if this goes over well, talking about doing it for all of the little holidays, or maybe a once a month thing, or a birthday club, or something like that. So we have a chance so people can share their designs with other crafters, and we can all learn from each other. All right. So do get your name and address in. If you won tonight, make sure you send me an email today or tomorrow if you can, so that I can get them all into Cricut, and everybody can get their prizes. So thank you so much. It's an early night tonight. Thank you so much. I do hope you try these. They're so much fun, and I think that there could be a lot of different ideas. How about a birthday cake, or even just a plain heart with some pretty little pink for some little girl, or anything like that. Birthday club would be awesome. Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming tonight, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and please tell some friends. We're always looking for new friends in our group, and we'd love to have you. And if you're available during the week, we also have Cricut Chat, which is Monday through Friday at 9:00, also on Miss Rita to the Rescue. And those are recorded live, and then they get put on my YouTube channel. So if you're not following me on YouTube, definitely follow me there, and you'll see anything you might have missed. There's like literally 300 or more, actually more than 300 videos there. So I hope that you all enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And we're going to see you on Monday, and we're taking someone's suggestion. I forget who it was, but they wanted, it might be Becky, to do mesh iron-on, okay? Mesh iron-on Monday, on our Mystery Materials Monday. So we're going to do mesh iron-on. Thanks, Terry, for the follow. I really appreciate you following and telling people where you're learning all of these great tips. I really appreciate that. And you guys are the best. Really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope you try these. And have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me. Bye.